ninth celebration of our beautiful Earth. I'm Alan Steinfeld for New Realities.
And I'm Imav.
I'm
Imav.
It's I-M-O-V. So it's like not a new software, it's the I-M-O-V. O-V, the middle of love.
Yeah, OV is the center of love, and because everything is strongest at the center, OV is a representation for the next level that our planet is going to. We're all raising our own consciousness, and OV is a representation of the next level of love, and I am OV, and I'm honored to be here, and I'm honored to be here with Alan Seinfeld.
Well, I'm honored to be here with New York City. And
we want to thank Andrew Kane.
Yeah, let's get that guy.
Andrew Kane, please come up here.
Andy plans this all year long. It's never exactly right, but it always works out. Andy, come on up here. This is the flames behind the thing.
Yeah. My mic's up.
You're good, Andy. It's all good. I keep telling you that.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome for being here. I'm so tickled pink that my mother is actually here from West Palm Beach. Anyway, thank you for being here, and it's going to be a beautiful evening of a lot more activities and beautiful talks and more ceremonies. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Andy. Thanks for doing this too. Yeah. I just want to say this is. You took my microphone.
Well, this is my microphone.
Anyway, every year the New York community gathers to connect with something that we're not too in touch with in this city, the Earth. But I want everyone to just take a moment, close your eyes, and feel the presence that lives inside the Earth. You are living inside this beautiful piece of energy we call the body, the Earth. We are living inside the Earth. Just take a moment and bless this piece of material. Feel the joy that you're here, that you're embodied, that you're enlivening the Earth with your presence. Feel that body of yours. Feel the feet on the ground. Your feet, your connection. That's you living inside the Earth that we love. That's the great mother that's blessed us with this incarnational experience.
If everyone wants to just imagine connection straight from your heart down into the center of the earth. Take a deep breath in all the way into your solar plexus. Hold it in for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'd like to just extend the beautiful connection between everyone. Imagine that there's a beam of light coming out of your heart, going into the person to your right, and then receiving from the person from your left. And if we can all just do one beautiful Om together to begin this beautiful ceremony and connect everyone together. Om.
We were so fortunate to have this opening with the grandmothers because it is the wisdom of the grandmothers that is birthing this new consciousness. And, you know, it's stomping on the ground and singing the songs. They found out that the plants grow better where there's dance and music happening. So we need more of that. And I also have to say that it was just in Australia with the Australian Aborigines there that never forgot, I mean, neither have the Native Americans or a lot of indigenous tribes, they've never forgot that they're part of the earth. I mean, to have an Earth Day there is sort of, you know, well, every day is Earth Day. It's like not as, you know, we've forgotten something, so like, okay, one day of the year it's Earth Day, and the rest of the time we can use plastic bags and pollute the air, and you know, we have to change that way of thinking, because really, like all the indigenous people have always known, every day is Earth Day. You know, this is our mother. Love your mother. So let's leave this place today with that awareness that it's not one day of the year, it's every single day. Are you grabbing a plastic bag at the store that you're going to throw away? Or maybe, you know, in California, people are bringing their own bags to stores, their own cloth bag. There's so much we can do that we're not doing, and it's not even enough. But at least it's a start here tonight. We're remembering, we're paying tribute, because, you know, this is it. If we don't take care, this is our only hope, you know, really.
The time is now. Now is the time.
So it's great that we're here gathered to remember something that most indigenous people never forgot. So at least acknowledge yourself for that.
Yeah, everybody give yourselves a round of applause just for being here. Just for being here. Just taking a step. Not just creating awareness, but taking action, being part of the whole transition that we're having here on the planet. And it begins with us.
So tonight we're going to have a beautiful celebration with amazing performers and speakers. The panel discussion is really going to be informative because we have a lot of experts in the field. And so we're just here to facilitate smoothly. Andy has something. Andy
Maybe make you laugh a little.
Go ahead. Andy has something to say. He's always coaching.
No, Andrew, you're not allowed to talk.
I just want Rick Goldberg to come up and say a few words. It's because of Rick Goldberg that it's actually...
Yes, please. Rick Goldberg, read the world.
Rick Goldberg has been a big part of this whole 9 years ago. I couldn't do it without him. Read the world. It's all about we.
That's it.
We are. This is the man. So I just wanted him to say a couple words.
Okay, a couple of words. Yeah. I just think it's so amazing what Andy has done. Andrew, that's right, because he's reawakened. If you take his name, Andrew Kane, and move the letters around, it becomes reawakened, which is really wonderful.
Really?
Anyway,
You spent a long time trying to figure that out.
yes. So I just want to acknowledge that, you know, Andrew has been working with We the World for many years, and then he had this inspiration to create this 9 years ago. And it's just amazing that he's persisted despite all the bumps in the road and everything. And so let's put our hands together and acknowledge Andrew Kane.
And just without Rick, this couldn't be possible, because We the World are the sponsors, the nonprofit sponsors. Just tell them about We the World.
Okay, yeah, so We the World and the We campaign. We have the easiest web address to remember, we.net, we.net. So it's all about we. So I guess...
About us. No.
Well, it's just like knowing that not only are we all in this together, but by bringing bringing all the change makers together, we can actually create real and lasting change. And that's something that we've been doing with something called 11 Days of Global Unity, which is coming up to its 11th year this year. And we want to partner with each person. Oh, thank you. So, thank you. It goes from September 11th through September 21st, which is the International Day of Peace. And all of these things are just going beyond belief, you know, out in the world with literally millions of people getting involved, especially with the International Day of Peace. I think I heard that the it was tweeted last year over 300 million times. Peace Day, hashtag Peace Day, was over 300 million times. It was really unbelievable. So we want to go beyond that to 1 billion this year, right? And, so each person here can be part of 11 Days of Global Unity and the International Day of Peace. If you go to we.net, you can see that there are 11 themes, and they range from interdependence and unity to women and environment and economic justice and on and on. So we hope that you will connect, and your information will immediately go up on the partner page, and we will make this all one, as Andrew says. We are all one. We are all one. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So we're going to start, but I just want to acknowledge there's some amazing people in this audience who are elders of our community. There's Jody Sirota from the Meta Center, and Mark Becker, New Life, and Deborah Moldau, and there's the Peace Project, and Ian Scott Berry from the Shamanic Circle, Jane Janu. And, it's amazing to have such a solid community. It's always surprising that there's 20 million people in the New York City area and only 200 show up at the same events. We see the same people everywhere, but at least we're a community here in the heart of the beast. So let's start our program. Do you have anything to say?
I was going to say that, this community is so beautiful and so heartfelt, and there's always support and always love. And, 200 strong can change the world, so let's go at it.
Great. Thank you.
Imam.
The middle of love, center of love. Okay, our first performer has traveled the world. He actually supports himself traveling the world. He's an amazing flautist, and is it clarinet too? Flute. But I've never seen anyone play a flute like this, that he can stick two flutes in his mouth and create two different sounds totally. He's accessed these other realms. He's gotten in touch with some really high energies lately, and he's going to bring through some divine presence tonight with his flute. So let's welcome David Young. Thank you, David. Is there anything else I should say in your introduction?
I think you did a fine job.
Okay, just check.
Very good.
He said he was the best.
Who said?
The best.
The best. One of the best. The best. Okay. Thank you, Ari.
Well, I'm going to stand over here because my flutes are over here. Okay? And I need to tell you guys some really great news, and that is that this is the new normal. I did festivals and healing conventions for 20 years, and I sold 1 million CDs doing it. And over the last year, I stopped doing those for the most part, and now all I do is these healing meditation events. So I'm going to do with you what I do in like 3 or 4 cities every week. And so I just wanted to tell you that it is normal for you to feel the love of your loved ones, your ancestors. It's funny that when we talk about Native Americans, the word ancestors is such a natural part of it, But in American culture, it's kind of unique that to talk about our grandparents, like our ancestors. But it is the same thing, and the love that our ancestors have for us, it never goes away. And this is a real opportunity for all of us here to reconnect with the energy of the earth, the energy of the heavens, and the energy of our loved ones. So before we start, I just want to make sure that everybody has their cell phones off, completely off, because it really, it's a bummer if you're meditating and you get, that's a kind of reawaken that's not a good reawaken. And so these are Renaissance flutes that I'm going to be playing, and So I'm going to invite you all to close your eyes. Okay, take a couple of deep breaths. Every religion on the earth, every spiritual path has all been started by someone who believed they could transcend. And someone who allowed themselves to transcend. So if you guys could repeat after me, I will allow myself to transcend. One more time. I will allow myself to transcend. Okay, with that, let's all go in.
Thank you, David. Really. You have some CDs for sale here? And that was only you playing, right? There was no one else. That was just... No, that was amazing, wasn't it? Those overtones and that sound. It sounded like 4 or 5 people, but...
What's really amazing is that the musical vibration and the vibrational frequency of what needs to be happening on the planet, the music is the message, and the message is the vibration, and we all are touched and moved by that energy, and it's a really, really beautiful blessing. So let's all put our hands together again for David Young. Thank you so much.
It is great to have a master musician and bless the space and open it up to the vibrations that we can really live in.
Yeah, did everybody feel, I mean, of course, I was sitting there and my whole energy shifted. Every cell of my body was turned on and tuned in, and it was really beautiful. And how many other people just felt really great with that, right? Yeah.
Great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you.
And are you going to be performing again in New York somewhere coming up? Are you going to anything coming up? Not for a couple of months, but you can get a CD.
What's your website, David? DavidYoungMusic.com. So everybody visit that and pay attention to him, because he's really blessing for us.
Okay, we have to move along, and one of the highlights of the program tonight is the panel discussion with some very distinguished leaders and guests. Are they going to sit up here? Can we get chairs?
Andrew.
Okay. 3, we have 8 chairs, 8 panelists, and let's just introduce, well, we've met Rick Ulfick. You can come on up, Rick. We the World.
Yeah, you guys can put your hands together for Rick.
Yeah, let's just put them here. David Young is back up here. We just met David. Okay, I know you before you. That's okay. Brother North Star. Brother North Star. Brother North Star. Medicine Walker. Child of the Sun. One people, one earth. Thank you, brother. Thank you for being here. Who else? Oh yeah, Andrew Faust, who I talked to at the opening there, and he's the founder, director, and Center for Bioregional Living. Andrew, permaculture, amazing information that Andrew has about living organically in the city. Jody Sirota of the Once and Future Meta Center.
Yeah, everybody put your hands together for Jody Sirota. Yeah.
Jody brought together a beautiful community in New York for 8 years, was it, Jody? 9 years.
That's a sacred number. Andrew was saying how important the number 9 is for this event tonight, so that's really awesome.
So, Jody's back, bringing more community. And we have Barbara, Grandmother Barbara 3 Crow. Hi, Barbara, come on up and join us. And Barbara is Tanka Hota Waten. No? How do you say it? Tunka. Hota. Wien. Which, that means Great Stone Woman. Barbara 3 Crow. Thank you. Grandmother Shirley Barclay. Grandmother Shirley Barclay. Oh, come on down. Okay. And Nicole Shore of 0 to 60 Communications. Nicole. And that's tonight's lineup of lovely panelists. Is Nicole here? Which one's? Oh, okay, great. Go ahead.
And, of course, our amazing MC and host. And Alan Steinfeld will be leading this panel discussion. And everybody knows Alan, of course. He's the most amazing, sweetest and funnest, lighthearted host of New Realities TV show. And everybody give him a great round of applause. Have a great time.
Actually, it is really fun to be here with our loving community, and we have some great speakers here. And I just want to go through and just for people to get used to who's up here, just 5 or 7 minutes each. Tell us tell us what your connection and how you think we can save the planet. David. 5 minutes.
3 minutes. Well, the first thing we can do is we can meditate. Because when we meditate, we raise our vibration and bring peace into ourselves. And when we bring peace into ourselves, that's the place where we start. It really, I find that it's so rewarding to do random acts of kindness, but I don't like calling them random acts of kindness because it seems like that saying is so played out. We've heard it so many times. But just to do things just for the love, just to try to make somebody's day. I think every time I try to make somebody's day, I just glow for the rest of the day, you know. And there's so many different ways that we can do it. And I think we should just try to see the best in each other, you know, and when it's necessary, just agree to disagree, you know, because we all, there's a place for everybody. And I think it's important to talk inwardly to whoever you look to spiritually. And talk inwardly to your loved ones, your ancestors, who are already in the next world, in the heavenly world.
Thank you. Thank you. Brother North Star, tell us. Yeah, stand up.
One people, one earth. If you believe that animals, plant, minerals are people, when I say one people, you say one earth. One people.
One earth.
One people.
One earth.
One people.
One earth.
And we have a responsibility to what we think and what we say and what we do. That's where it all begins. I'm going to agree with this brother here. That is where the meditation, that's where the prayer is. We have to be responsible for the words that come out of our mouth. We have to be responsible for the deeds that we do, what we say, and our thoughts. Be careful what you think, because thoughts are vibration, and it can be a pollutant to the environment and to the universe if they're not correct thoughts. So we are frequency. That's our true identity. And we're on a planet of frequency. And we're dealing with a planet that is one person. And we're just mere cells in this person that we call Mother Earth. And we live in a whole community that's a galaxy. And so when we have a thought, we have to be responsible that that thought is a thought that's going to be for the greater good of the people and the planet.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Rick, can you give us some practical solutions here?
Sure. How about if I start a little impractical?
Okay, don't.
And then
Throw the practical out. Okay.
Well, one thing that occurred to me was that, you know, millions of years ago, like 2 or 3 million years ago, when humanoids were roaming the plains of Africa and starting to group into communities, the reason why they were able to survive is because they had one bottom line value, and that is the well-being of each individual in that community. So that allowed them to survive, you know, predators and harsh conditions, and evolve our brains and get to the point where we are now. But the problem is, culturally, we've been kind of suppressing that idea, and really you can turn that idea into the idea of service, right? And being of service to people, animals, the web of life, and the whole earth, Mother Earth. Because it's really the well-being of all forms of life that will determine the well-being of the whole, and really, at this point, the survival of our species and the whole web of life. So that's really the kind of the core concept of we the world, and this whole idea of we. Because and it's really kind of a deep concept, you know? It's like we are all part of this web of life. And at different levels, we can understand this, you know? We can feel like we're all one, but on the other hand, look around us. We have the environmentalists over here, and the human rights activists over here, and the peace people over here, right? The economic justice people over here, and the spiritual people are hovering over everything. And they're not, very often they're not working together, right? And if they were working together, then I think we would have more than just the incremental progress that we see towards having a more peaceful, sustainable planet.
So what's your solution?
The solution, I think, is to try to, first of all, get involved, right? To be of service. And just coming here tonight, you are already doing that. So the next stage is to actually make those connections and allow people to come together. For example, in the what I was talking about before, the 11 Days of Global Unity, is a way that you can have local participation and local action and global participation, where people are actually working together for the same goals. So what I would like to see is if we here today and others around the world can fulfill what our friend Jonathan Granoff, who was an advisory board member and was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize last year, he said, I hope that we expands until there is no longer any them.
Thank you.
So hopefully that's what we can achieve.
Thank you. Thank you. I just want Jody Sirota, she's aware of this level of existence, but Jody's also in touch with other levels, and people like this, channels or seers or visionaries, give us a direction of why we're here anyway. What is the purpose of this life on earth, and how it's really important to our spiritual development. So I'd love to hear what you have to say about that. Or were you going to talk about something else? No, that's what I thought.
Hi. Thank you all for being here.
Come on, come on. Oh, you're used to being in the spotlight. I just want to say, if we could be a little quiet in the back when we're buying refreshments, that would be great. Thanks.
So as Alan was saying, I'm a channel, so I work with the earth, but I work with many, many dimensions simultaneously. And my work is to help people to anchor in their divine presence, so we can be that God presence, that God Goddess presence, that universal presence in human form, and remember that we have all the gifts that that we are yearning to become. We're trying to just remember everything. And many of the other people were talking about these sort of everything being connected. There are grids of consciousness that we're all connected to that are incorporating the energy of the earth and all the inhabitants of the earth, but also all other beings in all dimensions. So my whole sort of message in terms of us being connected and being aware of who we are on the earth is that we have a higher conscious choice that we made to come into the earth. At this time especially, it's been a 26,000 year shift, where 26,000 years where we're going through a major shift, where everything is in a certain alignment with the earth, to be able to come back to that connectedness where we can have our open hearts. It's the open heart that is the way to connect to everything, here, there, everywhere. And there are all different things that we're working through with karma, and one of them is karma of humanity. And I feel that in order for us to really feel our connection to the earth, feel that we're okay being here, that we have a place to be. So many people I work with feel lost. They have one foot in and kind of one foot out there. And just in case it doesn't work out, they kind of have a way out. But by being half in and half out, you can't appreciate or experience all the things that are available to us. I believe it's like we're invited here to be with the earth, to remember the ancestry and the stewards of the earth, and remember that we are those stewards. We're here to assist, to support. The earth herself, I feel, she's got everything. We just have to remember that we're part of that, and we have the opportunity to have the gifts of the earth, but also to bring our own gifts individually and collectively. So my focus would be,
Are you going to share a gift with us now? No. Or later? Okay, we'll do it later.
But the main gift, really, I believe, is to maintain the open heart. And I think that that's what this fifth dimensional consciousness is. And sixth dimension is where you can maintain it. So this is about moving from polarities of one part of a pattern to another. And then once you get both parts, if you can have the open heart with compassion for all the parts of ourselves and each other, like, I forget who said this, somebody mentioned something about how we need to, well, it's basically to honor each other, to be very aware of your thoughts, your feelings, and in a lot of the star systems, they work in pods. And they also, I met a number of indigenous people as well, who they still work in that way. They make decisions, even if it's telepathically, but also they make decisions for the goodness of the whole. So we're here to work with the earth, be part of that, be part of ourselves, open our hearts to all of humanity, see the fullness of who we are in everyone else, have the right thought forms and the feelings that are really for everyone, not just for ourselves.
Thank you, Jody. I was just looking at this panel, and I mean, after you hear everyone speak, I would imagine if we could put all these people into as one person, as the totality, we would have all the answers on all these levels, spiritual, practical, social. I mean, it's just a thought, but if we could put all this wisdom together, this is our answer. So Andrew Faust really has some practical solutions for living in the city. I love talking to you. Do you want to share where you're coming from as a environmentalist? Yeah.
Thank you. So, I teach this discipline called permaculture in New York City, and a lot of people associate it with gardening. And it is about gardening. It's about gardening the earth wherever we're living. And it's also about claiming our autonomy, claiming our integrity, claiming our real wealth, our real health. What are those things? I mean, I love all the metaphysical discussions, and I think they're essential to the grounding of our power as a human being on this planet. And I also like bringing in sort of a dash of empirical Western science into it all. Because I find that it's the new religion of our society, so we may as well couch some of our ideology in that framework if it fits what your intuition tells you. So we know the planet is very, very ancient, and we know that everything that's in our bodies, according to modern physics, is actually older than the Earth itself. Clearly, the whole idea of meditation and introspection are key to how it is we first tune in order to turn on and understand what your innate cellular consciousness is telling you. And in a place like New York City, in the madness of the urban, modern world that we are in the midst of, 8.5 million people, 20 million people in the greater metropolitan area, we're on a planet that's in outer space, from what I've heard.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cosmic, right there. And apparently we're traveling at 67,000 miles per hour right now in our orbit around the sun. And We're on a planet that's about 24,901 miles in circumference. We're 92 million miles from the sun. We're about 4.5 billion years old with a huge moon that affects all life on planet Earth.
What are we going to do about that?
And what we're going to do about it is pay attention to the planetary rhythms wherever you are, whether you're in a high-rise in Manhattan or in an Earth ship in Taos, New Mexico. You want to pay attention to where does the sun rise and where does the sun set? And what's your personal power to be able to create change in the world around you? And one of the important things that I think